Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at some advanced dosage questions. Let's take a look at the first question. If a source water has a manganese concentration of 12 ppm and the treatment process removes 96% of it, and the flow to the plant is 670 gallons per minute, how many pounds are removed daily? Okay, to start off, let's change this 670 gallons per minute into an MGD. So to do that, we take 670 and times it by 1440. That's how many minutes are in a day. And you will come out with 964,800. So 964,800 gallons in a day. Now we need the MGD, so we divide that by 1 million, and that equals 0.96. Now we take that and implement it into our pie chart. We know 8.34 is going here. We have our MGD, 0.96. And we have our 12 ppm. Now we multiply that across, and we come out with 96.07. Now remember, the question says we are removing 96%. Now, every time you see this removes, that means you need to multiply, and when we see this percent, we need to change that into a decimal form. So that's going to change it into 0.96. So we multiply our pounds that we just got right here. We multiply that by 0.96, and then we can get our final answer of 92.69 pounds. Okay, on to the next one. Your treatment plant produces 1.7 mgd and a dosage of 12 ppm in the finished water is desired using 65% powdered chlorine. How many pounds are used in a 24-hour period? Okay, let's start off with our pie chart. We know 8.34, and we have our MGD and our 12 ppm. Now let's multiply that straight across, and we will get 170 pounds. Now let's take a look at the question, and we can see that we are using 65%. Now when we see the word using, that means we need to divide. And remember, we need to change that percent into a decimal. So that changes into 0.65. So we times our pounds by, we divide by 0.65. And then we can get our final answer of 261 pounds. And that's our final answer. Let's go to the next one. A chemical feed pump has a maximum flow rate of 4 gallons per hour. It will feed a 2.5% solution of potassium permanganate. The flow to the plant is 500 gallons per minute. What is the milligrams per liter dose? Okay, let's start off with changing with that 4 gallons per hour times 24 hours, and that is 96 gallons that we use per day. Now let's put that into our pie chart. 8.34. Now we're using 96 gallons per day, so we're gonna put 96, and we are using 2.5% of solution, so we need to change that into a decimal. So to do that, we have our 2.5% right here. Now to change that into a decimal, we need to move the decimal over 2 spots. 1, 2. That's where the decimal goes. So it's going to be 0.025. So let's put that here. 0.025. Now when we multiply that across, we're going to get 20.016, and that is going to be our pounds. Now that we know our pounds, we can implement that into our next pie chart. At 8.34. Now let's put our pounds up here. Okay. Now the next thing to look at is our 500 gallons per minute right here. Now let's change that into MGD. So to do that, we have our 500 gallons per minute times 1440. That's how many minutes are in a day. And we come out with 7,200. Now the MGD is going to be 0.72. Okay, so now we have our MGD. We'll put that in our pie chart. Now, looking at our pie chart, we have it right here. The pounds on top. Over. Now, let's multiply 0.72 times 8.34. And that is going to be 6. Now, when we put 20.016 divided by 6, that's going to come out to 3.3. And that will be our answer. And since we're looking for milligrams per liter, it's going to be milligrams per liter. And that will be the answer. Let's take a look at the next one. How many gallons of 18% strength sodium hypochlorite will be needed for a dose of 8 milligrams per liter if your daily flow was 2.5 million gallons? Okay. Let's first start off by using our pie chart. 8.34. We know we have our 8 milligrams per liter and our 2.5 mgd. Now we multiply that across. We get our pounds, which is 166.8. And that is our pounds. Now we must divide that by 8.34. And then as well, divide that by 0.18 because of our 18% strength right here. So when you multiply, when you divide 166.8 pounds divided by 8.34 divided by 0.18, you will come out with 111 gallons. And that will be your answer.